I had an idea. What if 2022 Formula 1 cars hot lapped the Nordschleife? Would they handle it? How fast would they go? Would the ground effect work? So today, I'm on a Assetto Corsa trying it out. I just posted my settings on the screen, so feel free to copy them and get involved in the hot lap as well. Post below that you get. As you can see, I'm trying to warm up these tyres because they're stone cold. And I've only got about 3 corners to warm them up. But anyway, out of the final corner, starting the lap. Turn 1 is very treacherous on these cold tyres. Braking very early. You can see small double front lock up. Lots of understeer. Just trying to squeeze the power. And as we go through these higher speed corners, the tyres will start to warm up progressively. Through one of my favourite sequences, up to 8th gear, down to 6th gear, down to 5th gear. Flick it in early on the power. Use up all the track. Now left. Right and left again. Avoid the curbings on the inside so you get lots of whisper on the exit as the tyres are still stone cold. Now through the right handle, I touch the curb. You see that unbalance the car. That's what I was talking about with the ground effect. Ground effect, you have to really be careful with the curb uses. Keep the platform of the car as flat as possible to maximise the grip. Easily flat out for this right hander. This is actually one of the fastest sequences on the track because you're going downhill. As you can see, we're fast approaching the next corner. Easily flat out for this left-hand crest. Then we're going down the gears. This turn's very interesting. It doesn't matter that much if you actually hit the apex. What matters more is that you carry amazing mid-corner speed and get on the power super early. Again, flying downhill. One of the most amazing feelings on the track. And this next left-hander up the hill is one of the most impressive corners on the track. If you notice, you can do this corner flat out. Small correction on the exit. Now get the car straight for the brickers. So down to 3rd gear. I slightly run a bit wide there, but I get amazing switchback on the exit, so we're able to pick up that time again quite easily. Now it's going to be flat out through this left hander. Get the car straight for the braking zone, and you're going to be going down the gears, down to 5th gear, early on the power. Now through the right hand kink. Now get down the gears, down to 4th gear. Again, looking for a late apex. Avoid the curbings on the inside and outside. Now flat out for this left hander. And now you're looking to do a small lift on this initial entry just to get the nose of the car in. See, run it out right, almost touching the grass. Now get the car straight as possible for the Rickers. Down to 3rd gear. Small lock up in the front left as the car becomes unloaded over the crest of the hill. See, short shifting to 5th gear, using the grass on the exit. That was on purpose, but I just got a little bit lack of confidence to rotate the car around the corner. Now coming up the hill, down to 4th gear. Very easy to lose the rear of the car. You see, nervous on the power. Now, one of the most famous corners on the track. If you've seen the movie Rush, this is where Niki Lauda had an unfortunate incident through his left-hand kink. Now coming through the right-hander, down to 4th gear, looking for a late apex. Picking up the throttle as early as possible. Now, up the hill. A bit of time to relax on this track, and this car is absolutely sensational around here. It's really tricky, very technical, because the bumps are very easy to unsettle the ground effect, meaning you lose grip and downforce. So it's very difficult to manage, but once you do get the hang of it, it's one of the most satisfying feelings you can have in a simulator. So you can easily flat out, just try to open the steering wheel as much as possible to minimise the time lost down the straight. But now get the car straight for the breaker, so down to 4th gear. Now rotate the car around the gear. The exit is more open than anticipate. Now bring the car back over to the middle of the track. Get ready for the carousel. Down to 3rd gear. Throw the car in and make sure you use the maximum grip possible. Fly out the carousel. Now this is one of the most impressive sequences on the track. In my personal opinion, my favourite sequence. So flat out through here. Now it's just a lift. Now balance with the throttle through this right hander. Just again. Now down 2 gears. Down to 4th gear. Early on the power. Use up all the red on the exit. So you get a bit of snap oversteer. Now hang on tight, this part is a roller coaster up to 7th gear. Now you're just lifting off the throttle and dabble brakes down the right hand, down to 5th gear, up to 6th gear again. See, over the crest, the car's dancing around, over the crest again, massive oversteer. Now down to 5th gear, use the camber off the track, get the car straight for the braking zone. Down to 4th gear, open up the power through YouTuber corner, see, on the grass, try to open up the track as much as possible. Down to 4th gear, on the power as early as possible. See, do not touch that curb on the exit. Now down to 4th gear again. So you're running a bit wide over that exit curve. That was quite sketchy, giving us quite a bit of uncertainty on the power. Now over the jump. What isn't a jump in this car because it has so much downforce. Small lift down to 6th gear. Get the car straight again. Now through the left hander. Easily flat out. The car's going to go light over the crest. Now through the right handers. Bit of time to relax again. Just make sure you don't take too much curving, otherwise the car will spin. Now this right hander is easily flat out on this car. You're looking to position the car for left hand side. Down to 5th gear. You see I've got on the power a little bit too early, running a bit wide. See now, really critical turn. You have to get down into the bank in the corner. I messed up a little bit. I've got a little bit of understeer. Now make sure this quadruple right hand is completely flat out onto the back straight. And now you have some time to relax. Take a coffee, maybe take a donut, you know, maybe take a schnitzel. They're quite good in these local parts. I have actually been to the Nordschleife in real life. I haven't had the chance to drive around the track, but I have to say the atmosphere here is absolutely amazing. And they do host the Sim Expo every year. And I have to say, if you're a sim racer or aspiring sim racer, heck, if you were just doing it for fun, I highly recommend to go check out that event. It's free to enter, and you'll have an amazing weekend. I personally did when I went back there in 2018, but now coming to close the lap, make sure you get the car straight in the braking zone, down to 4th gear, avoid the curb on the inside, get the car through left-hander, down to the final corner, make sure you don't mess it up, run good speed, and that is a lap of the Nordschleife in a 2022 Formula 1 car. You see, we fail our attempt of a donut, but we're just going to bring the car very cheekily back to the pits. There's no one else on track, so we can't technically do the reverse. I'm pretty sure the mechanics won't be expecting us to enter this way, but we do what we want. But everyone, if you've enjoyed this video, and if you want to post the lap times that you're going to get below in the comments, feel free, and I will be looking with great interest. So have an amazing day, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Grazie, ciao, ciao.